In 2012-13, the recorded rate of stop and search by police in Scotland was around 7 times higher than England and Wales. My work called into question whether this practice was legitimate and legal. Within 2 years, this led to major legal reform, as well as change to policy and practice. My name is Kath Murray, and my main research area is policing. My research looked at the rise of stop and search interventions in post-war Scotland. I wanted to know why stop and search rates were so high and why there was so little public debate, why no one appeared to know that this was happening. I found that nearly 3/4 of recorded searches lacked legal authority or reasonable suspicion. It was also clear that young people were targeted much more than other age groups as part of a target-led policy.
She blew open and exposed a system of stop and search that was beyond what any of us or any of my colleagues in Westminster had anticipated. We found a system of stop and search that had hundreds of thousands of stop and searches being conducted every year, people being targeted who shouldn't have been, and most of it unconsensual.
In 2010, the amount of stop searches and seizures recorded for 16-year-olds in Glasgow was higher than the actual number of 16-year-olds living in the city. Transparency and accountability was also a concern, in particular, a lack of published data. When the research was published, it sparked a controversy that was picked up by the media and in the Scottish Parliament.
Research carried out by Edinburgh University shows 86 people out of each 1,000 in Scotland were stopped and searched in 2010. The figure for England and Wales was 17, less than a quarter.
In the beginning, the work met resistance on Police Scotland. However, the issue quickly snowballed and gained traction.
The hostility towards stop and search was due to the numbers-driven target approach to this area, which he says is ill-conceived and resulted in attention being directed to meaningless numbers rather than sensible, objective crime prevention.
Within a relatively short time, this led to major legal reform.
Arguably was a very, very poor use of police time given the small return, the small success rate in finding anything. And that, coupled with the damage that it did to public confidence, along with a number of other issues. We were, I think, more troubled by the legitimacy of it than by the lawfulness, but there were clearly issues over all of that.
In January 2016, the Criminal Justice Scotland Act put stop and search on a statutory basis. There is now greater transparency and accountability. Police Scotland publish stop and search statistics on a routine basis and have introduced advice slips for those who are searched. Recording has improved, as well as scrutiny and supervision, and search rates have fallen.
It brought stop and search to the top of the political agenda and ultimately led to the law being changed. It was quite a remarkable piece of research.
Looking ahead, the research has implications for police practice in other jurisdictions, in particular the impact of stop and search in terms of age and social class. This is where I want to go next, comparative work that opens up the debate on stop and search and how this practice impacts on different sectors of the population.